everyone, my name is Habiba El Sayed, and today I'm going to be speaking about GDP and GNP and how these concepts actually help us understand economic performance, and especially in relation to the construction industry. So why do GDP and GNP matter? So they matter because they show the strength, the growth, and the investment potential of an economy. And when these indicators increase, it actually means that the businesses are expanding and people are spending more. So when the economy grows, more buildings, roads, and infrastructure projects are developing. So understanding it actually helps your construction firms predict project demand. What is GDP? GDP is basically gross domestic product, and it focuses on the total value of all the final goods and services produced within a country's borders during a specific period, which is usually measured throughout a year. What are your components, or how can I measure them? The first is consumption, which is basically household spending. Second is investment, which talks about your buildings, machinery, and construction projects. Third is government spending, such as roads, bridges, and public infrastructure. And the last is net exports, which is basically exports minus the imports. Now, most construction activity, they actually fall under investment. And now I'm going to be speaking about GNP. So what is GNP? It's basically your gross national product, which measures the total income earned by a country's citizens and company, no matter where they are in the world. So unlike GDP, GNP actually focuses on your ownership, not location, since it includes income earned by abroad by nationals and includes income earned by foreign companies inside the country. What is GDP and what are their differences? So GDP versus GNP, the main difference between them is what they measure. And GDP looks at the production inside the country regardless of who owns the business. However, GNP looks at the income earned by a country's people and companies, and even if it's earned abroad. Now, GDP mainly used to measure economic growth, while GNP shows how income nationals are actually earning. Now, for construction industry connection, we're going to be speaking about how when GDP grows, the more construction projects usually follow because investors and governments, they're more confident to build. And that the government spending, it actually increases your infrastructures, such as airports, roads, and public buildings. And that the rising investments, they lead to more real estate commercial projects. And GNP also matters because income earned abroad can return to the country and help fund construction projects. Now, a real-life example that I'd like to use is the UAE. The GDP growth is driven by real estate development and mega projects like airports and new cities, and that's actually what drives the GDP to grow in the country. So here in the UAE, real estate development, they have the foreign construction firms, and these actually increase your GDP. And why do these indicators matter? It's because they help governments plan budgets and infrastructures. And to conclude, the GDP actually measures the economic activity inside the country. And for construction firms, these indicators help with project forecasting, risk assessment, and a strong GDP usually means a strong and active construction pipeline. Also, lastly, I'd like to say that understanding GDP and GNP helps us build stronger, help us build smarter, and not just bigger. And they're both essential for understanding economic health. Thank you so much.